Rejuvenate, restore, refresh, and heal. At Fantuzzo Acupuncture, we seek to help achieve effective health and wellness in an elegant spa-like atmosphere. Fantuzzo Acupuncture specializes in traditional acupuncture, cosmetic anti-aging acupuncture, acupressure, cupping, CBD topical creams, and more. Approach healthcare holistically. Visit FantuzzoAcupuncture.com to book online today. FantuzzoAcupuncture.com.
From attic to basement, we're here for you. It's quality service in all we do. Call Taylor. 500 help.
Oh, that's Taylor, 500 help. You know what? You want to call them if you need your furnace looked at. Of course, you know, we are heading into the fall season, and I have to tell you that you want Taylor Heating and Plumbing to come over and make sure your furnace is running right. You don't want to get in the middle of winter and have that thing just, peter out on you. So call Taylor for their Plumbing Safety Essentials Plus plan. You can save $100 on a Bradford White water heater, get free diagnostic fees, no overtime charges on emergency repairs with an additional 15% discount. Taylor Heating and Plumbing have been around since 1947, and they care about you and your family. They do duct cleaning, air conditioning, heating, plumbing, and home energy. So give them a call. That's Taylor 500 help. And of course, if you need some kind of a chainsaw or a big snow blower, or you need a lawnmower, Precision Lawn and Garden, Kimberly and Justin up in Webster, they will set you up. You need a snowblower for the coming winter months in Rochester? Of course you do. They say this winter is going to be a doozy. So check it out. Rochester's lawn specialists since 1969, providing Rochester and surrounding areas professional sales, service, and parts. They have it all. Chainsaws, snow blowers, blowers. They have Cub Cadet, Toro, and Aaron's, all your favorite brands. They have in-stock model and sale model. It's Precision Lawn and Garden, and they're in Webster. Say hi to Justin and Kimberly. And of course, Express Sealers, they seal your driveway. Yeah, they do that in the summer, but guess what Express Sealers does in the winter? Yeah, baby, they come, plow your driveway. On the east side, Webster, Ontario, surrounding areas, Brian from Express Sealers will plow your driveway. So if you are in need of a great plowing service, check it out, Express Sealers. Lock him in today to do your driveway. This is a guy that's actually going to come and plow your driveway and not stiff you like so many other people do. So Express Sealers, they do plowing in the winter. 645-2010. Lock them in now at 645-2010.
It's the big show. The big show.
Big.
Live from the We the People broadcast studio in sunny 55-degree Irondequoit, New York.
Hello.
Hey, Buffalo, put the high wind warnings up. Bomb cyclone Kimberly's moving west. Here she is. It's Kimberly Ray.
Hey. It is Wednesday. Kimberly's Revolution. Happy Wednesday. We the People Podcast Network. Hump day. That's right. Oh, I have a hat. I don't really wear a hat. But I will.
The hats are from Mama Chris.
I will wear a hat. Look at that.
There you
Look
go.
at that. Are we going to get these to sell?
What does it say?
It says, "We the people are pissed off." That's right. Gotta like that. I do believe we are going to hopefully sell these on the We the People Podcast Network.com.
We're going to sell everything.
I'm going to autograph and sell mine for $39.95 right now.
Are you? So welcome.
Chad, I'll buy it for $40.
Welcome all the Patriots. Welcome to a Wednesday. Welcome to Kimberly's Revolution. Welcome to We the People Podcast Network.com. It is our brand new website. I want to introduce, of course, he needs no introduction. I'm Kimberly, of course, and Chad Hummel is with me today, along with just Tom and, of course, Austin, who is always with it. And they're with his hat.
I got a hat too.
He's got a hat too. We couldn't leave Austin off the hat list, of course. So you can get one of these, and hopefully we will have them at some point in time up on our website for you to purchase. But I like them. Chris is I love these. These are a good look too.
What does Tom's hat say?
They've got the American flag on the side.
It says I shit myself, Chad.
Jesus.
clean up on aisle 46. So that's pretty good.
It takes a couple seconds to get it, but once you get it, you get it.
We want to thank all of our advertisers. Of course, they support us here in our ventures on the We the People Podcast Network. And we want you to also support our advertisers. Fantuzzo's Acupuncture have been so generous for the past year and almost a year and a half with us here on Kimberly's Revolution. And we really appreciate the crap out of them, along with Taylor Heating and Plumbing, Precision, they do great things up there at Precision, Kimberly and Justin, and then Express Sealers. They're doing driveways now. So if you need your driveway plowed, but we want you to check out all of our advertisers. And then I do have to say, shout out to Fred because he got his water heater replaced. Do we have a picture of that? Austin, the water heater that Fred sent. So shout out to Fred. He called Taylor 500 Help and got a brand new water heater. There it is. Brand new. They came and installed it. They put it in his basement. And now he's going to have hot water for years and years and years. Thanks to Taylor 500 Help.
I like the 1987 Colonial too.
Is that what that is?
Yeah, it's got the right side. It's got the right insulation in the basement walls.
Only just Tom would know stuff like that. And probably Patty Bardine.
Shit's getting real when we can break down water heaters here on the Kimberly's Revolution.
No kidding,
it's
right?
a big Wednesday. Let me tell you, Wednesday.
I triggered some people before I get it because the chat has been triggered all day. The name of the show today is Handcuffed in Hilton. Handcuffed in Hilton. We're going to get to that in just a second.
Cuff them and stuff them, baby.
Trigger some people. Yeah. How you going to the game on Sunday, Kimberly? I got a card and I'm going.
You've been vaxxed.
So I triggered some people on Twitter today. You can follow me on Twitter at Kimberly R Radio. Kid out of Buffalo was very incensed. I think one girl named Cindy Resnick, because I trigger alert. I just wanted to give everyone a heads up. I didn't want to have anyone have a heart attack just because of Twitter and my comments.
Because
right?
anyone needs a trigger alert before you post something, right?
Or you.
Isn't the post in and of itself a trigger?
Pot, kettle, black, exactly. So I twittered that trigger alert. I'm going to the Buffalo Bills game on Sunday with my husband. He's a Miami Dolphins fan. Don't hate him for it. He can't help it. He's just not smart. But he is a Dolphins fan and his birthday is Tuesday. So I got him early tickets for his birthday and we were going. He is vaccinated. I am not. At our party here, a patriot gave me what?
So you're just going to go ahead and commit a felony on air. Wow.
It's not a felony. It's a card.
Austin, weren't we talking before the show about how the police might come and take over the podcast today? We didn't realize it might be for this.
So Cindy Resnick on Twitter said, I am the problem. No. I am the solution. Chad is the solution. The Patriots are the solution. Tom
Not me.
Tom doesn't want to be involved.
No.
For the record, I told her to leave a $5,000 retainer before she heads off to Erie County on Sunday.
Is that what you want me to do?
I'm not answering the phone for less than $5,000.
You're
just
so
you know.
funny. You're so funny.
To quote the great Barry Beck, she's a wild stallion. You just got to get on her and ride her.
Yeah, I think he did say that, didn't he? Yeah, absolutely. All right. Handcuffed in Hilton. My God, they're doing it again.
It's unreal.
So last night, and let me just say, God bless anyone who got out in the rain last night and went to a school board meeting.
Right.
In the torrential downpour. And I don't know what it was doing over here, but it was ridiculous.
Well, the board meeting was indoors.
But you got to get out. You got to get in your car.
It's a lot of work, Kimberly.
I wasn't going anywhere last night. And my husband even said, do you want to go to Bill Gray's and get a burger and a glass of wine?
And you said no to that?
Ooh, sounds good. Sounds tempting, but it's the rain.
You already had the pajamas on and everything?
I was comfy. And the fireplace, we had the fireplace going. And I just, I didn't. But God bless those people that care enough about their children to get out in the middle of a torrential downpour, which we had record rain, almost 2 inches yesterday alone, drove in their car to the Hilton High School for a school board meeting on a Tuesday night in the freaking rain because they care. And those that arrived that weren't wearing a mask, I'll turn it over to my friend Chad Hummel.
Well, it's actually
And now the news.
for the next hour. And it's actually a little bit better than that, Kimberly, because the one woman who was arrested
Mhm.
does not have children. She's a grandmother.
I will give you their names. James Burrows, who's 45. Dawn Fox, who is 53. It must be the grandmother. And Shanire Iorio, who is 42.
Shaney.
Shaney,
I believe, yes.
spelled weird. Shaney Loria, who is 42.
Yeah.
Were ticketed for
Trespassing. For trespassing, yeah. So Dawn's a grandmother who doesn't have children in the district, and Shaney, who I am representing, homeschools.
You are?
Yes, she homeschools
Already. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
It works fast.
That was fast.
Talked to her this
Were
morning.
you riding in an ambulance last night, Chad?
Nice. Very good. Very good. Well played. Well played, just Tom. So yeah, I heard the sirens and I started running.
Handcuffed in Hilton.
Exactly. So these two individuals. I'm not sure about the third person. I just heard about his arrest on the news. It was a news report a little while ago that I
Right
saw.
here. I just told you.
Yeah, that's it. Exactly. And now the news, right? So these two individuals, the two women that you mentioned,
Mhm.
neither one of them have children in the Hilton Central School District.
Okay.
They're out there.
Is that weird to me? Should it be weird to me? Because it's kind of weird to me.
No, they're out there
Okay.
defending and fighting for everyone else's freedoms.
Okay.
Their
What's weird to
future
you? Did he use
grandchildren.
neither or neither?
Neither nor,
Neither.
either or.
Right.
Just a grammar lesson. So we have some video that somebody took out there last night.
I
and
have seen the video.
and it shows us, in my opinion, some pretty disturbing things. But basically, what's going on is the same thing that happened to me in Irondequoit, the same thing that happened to Shannon Joy out in Parrington,
Right.
and now happened last night to at least two, if not three individuals.
Correct.
And that is that the schools, the Monroe County school districts, do not want dissent. They do not want anyone to speak out against them.
True.
They certainly don't want to have public meetings, right? They've never had to deal with this before. They've been doing these board meetings for, decades, right? And for decades, PTA went to the board meeting, or, one person showed up and,
Right,
and complained that, their kid's pencil wasn't sharpened when they came home, or
They had a bake sale, Chad, was the correct answer.
Or they
Yes.
didn't like the lunch food. Something.
exactly.
Right.
Those were the complaints
Yeah.
that could be summarily dismissed. But the board members got to sit up there in their comfy chairs with their water bottles and take a sip of water every 15 minutes
And not be questioned.
and not be questioned and feel like they have their little slice of power in the world that they never had, right?
Right.
Because they weren't the A crowd, they weren't even the B crowd in school, and they've always felt slighted in life.
Now
So
they're the
this-
controllers.
Now they're in charge, right? We've all seen this. Used to be a joke. It used to be a joke that someday those people would grow up to run our lives.
They do.
Well, guess what? I mean, if we had it coming, well, here it is, right? So now what happens is they couldn't leave well enough alone, right? They were probably, the school districts for years were probably doing things that were wrong, out of the lines, coloring outside the lines, stepping out of bounds, but it was never so egregious to the point where, as you just described, people would go out on a Monday night or a Tuesday night in a driving rainstorm.
Right.
We literally had a record rainfall yesterday in
Yes.
Rochester, New York.
Yes.
I had half the ark built, Chad, in my backyard.
New York City canceled school yesterday.
Yeah, because of the
Down in New York
nor'easter.
City.
Yeah.
So in Rochester, we had a record rainfall. So that's not actually to be taken lightly. That opening that you gave there is that last night was the night that you would stay home, except for the fact that the school districts have now gone so far out of bounds.
Right.
They've attacked us so incessantly that people who fashion themselves as quiet conservatives, right? Just leave me alone and I'll leave you alone.
I don't want to make a wave.
I will sit around and say nothing. I'll just go vote. I'll go vote once a year, but I'm not going to talk. I'm not going to protest. I'm not going to, I'm not that rah-rah person that Chad and Kimberly and sometimes
Not
Just-
me.
and not Tom. But last night they go out and they go to the board meeting and they sit peacefully and quietly inside the board meeting. I watched 40 minutes of footage of people sitting quietly and very, very relatively peacefully in this board meeting.
Nobody ran up and climbed up on a desk like our friend Rich
Rich
Tyson.
no, there was no board members swearing at attendees, right?
That's good.
Yeah.
That's 2 thumbs up.
There you go. There's people giving speeches.
Yeah.
And then abruptly, one of the board members or perhaps the superintendent or whoever stands up and abruptly calls an end to the meeting and requires or requests that security usher everyone out of the auditorium.
Why?
And everybody follows along.
Why?
I don't know.
He had to take a shit.
Probably because he didn't like
Is that Casey? Was it Casey
Kasoriak? Yeah. He didn't like that the parents were speaking out against mask mandates. Of course.
Did those people have masks on?
It looked to me like 95% of the people in the room had a mask on.
Okay.
I saw footage of a cell phone footage panning the crowd. And I saw maybe 2 or 3 people in the crowd that did not have a mask on. But that doesn't appear to be what the issue was. It appears that, and this is just, what I've seen across the lay of the landscape with these school board meetings over the past several months. Like you just brought up in Penfield with Rich Tyson.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't over masks. That melee wasn't over somebody not wearing a mask.
It was a board member being an ass.
It was a board member being pissed off that somebody was calling him out for his own improprieties because it was alleged that he was engaged in self-dealing with a business and his position on the board. So
these people last night at Hilton,
they left. They peacefully left. They peacefully got up out of their seats, even though they didn't have to. They had a lawful right, a constitutional right to be there. It's public property.
And they pay taxes.
And it's an open laws board meeting. It's an open board meeting, public meeting. They have a right to be there.
So what happened to some of the people that were arrested then? Did they not want to leave because they had a right to be there?
Well, they went out, they get outside the auditorium and they're now in the hallway. When they get out to the hallway, they're greeted by several. From the one video I saw, there was at least 4 or 5 Monroe County Sheriff deputies standing in the hallway waiting for them.
Wait a minute. How close is the Dunkin' Donuts to the meeting joint?
Austin, go back down to that one.
They got there pretty quick.
Okay, here we go. One of the board members named Tracy alerted security and the rest of the board members to let them know that there were insurrectionists that were going to cause problems.
Insurrectionists. Of course.
That's
this was
what
January 6th last night.
We're insurrectionists.
So I want to play. I don't know if Austin has the beginning part of the video queued up. We'll play it in just a moment, but let me quickly, if I can, finish the kind of the backdrop here. And that is that so they're greeted by sheriff deputies in the hallway.
Okay.
Then they proceed
outside of the Hilton board meeting.
Correct.
Okay.
Now they proceed to walk down the hallway. The group of parents that were exiting peacefully and quietly. They walk down the hallway and then they get outside and they're hanging outside.
In the rain.
Okay. And it's pouring.
Yes.
It's pouring rain. And they're outside and they're hanging out there. And their sheriff deputies are out there and they're talking with some of the people. And then all of a sudden you see what appears to be a security guard or go ahead. You have a question.
I have a question.
Kimberly raised her hand. Is that an L? Do you have to go to the lavatory?
Are sheriff's deputies now commonplace at all school board members?
Well, sure.
Meetings?
I believe.
I mean, I'm just asking.
Yeah. Well,
that seems odd. It seems to me that
seems logical when insurrectionists show up.
Let's call Sheriff Todd Baxter. Let's call him up and find out when the last time he sat down and had a meeting or issued a memo or an email. Right nowadays, everything's on email or it's probably on a text thread so that they can quickly delete it and hide it. But they're conspiring and colluding, no doubt. Right? There's no question in my mind whatsoever that the sheriff's office is colluding with the boards of education to be on speed dial, essentially, and they're doing their dirty work. And you know what? Here's the best part. The best part is that sounds bizarre, right? That sounds conspiratorial. That sounds like tin hat shit. Well, guess what? In a minute, we're going to watch a video where the deputy, in his own words, says that he's working at somebody else's direction and that they're doing what's called a turnover arrest. So they're not doing this arrest. It's not them. As he's physically arresting people, he's telling these private citizens, I'm not doing this. So it's like, is this some sort of like voodoo magic? I'm not doing this as I'm manhandling you and arresting you, right? And now, make no mistake, he wasn't manhandling anyone, but he was arresting. He was the arresting officer.
But he
He
says,
was
I'm not
effect-
doing it.
I'm not doing
it's
this.
a turnover arrest.
It's a
What does that mean?
What is a turnover? I don't know. I've been doing criminal defense work for 19 years. It's not in the Constitution. It's not in the penal code. It's nowhere.
Is there any apples in that
I do
turnover?
love a cherry turnover.
Yeah, those are
frozen ones.
good.
Yeah, they're so good. Yeah.
But you know what it does sound like? It does sound like Nazi Germany. Oh, I'm just here. I'm sorry. I'm the innocent deputy, right? I'm just doing what I'm told.
But-
I'm just here to turn you over.
And doesn't it
Turn
to
you
whom?
over.
To whom?
Well, you tell me. What's next?
I mean,
What's next? People.
Are they going to bad Hilton people's jail? I mean, I didn't know that even. But my overall concern is
Can't say it.
what?
Have you ever had rhubarb pie?
Yes.
Yes.
It's terrible.
It is.
My
It's the best
overall,
pie.
It's
my
freaking
overall.
terrible.
What brought up rhubarb pie?
I don't know. You guys are talking about cherry turnovers and
You
whatnot.
could go in my mom's
My-
backyard in Irondequoit and go pick rhubarb if you want.
All right, let's get
A
some video.
turnover arrest is just a formality that processes a person of interest on a way that removes them from the environment.
Yeah, well, that's all fine and good, except that doesn't exist.
Right.
Right?
you have
that
thought-
doesn't exist,
But
Kevin.
my main concern is before we play the video, my main concern is that Monroe County Sheriff's deputies are now commonplace at board meetings, which, and maybe this is because of the Attorney General, Merrick Garland, considers all people who go to school
Domestic
board
terrorists.
meetings domestic terrorists. I mean, but I can think of about a zillion other things that Monroe County Sheriff's deputies probably should be doing other than, and I know those guys there probably did not want to be arresting these people. They didn't.
I'm tired of that. You know what though? Here,
I know.
Kimberly?
You're
Here's the
tired
thing.
of that. I get it.
To me, this is what it is. And you know that I've been, and I hate even this cliche, the back the blue, right? I've been back the blue. Okay.
We're all back the blue.
I've been at Back the Blue events. I
Yeah.
have merchandise at home in my closet that I bought and paid for at Back the Blue events,
Mhm.
right? I have family. Everybody's got family that are cops and friends that are cops and so on and so forth. Here's where I'm at though. And this is, in my opinion, that I'm going to foist onto everyone else and ask them to have the same opinion. At this point, Back the Blue's got to go. And I'm going to tell you why. And it's not what you think.
Okay.
All right, because I see that death stare. You're getting ready to come over the table and bust up all this expensive equipment and strangle me.
Yeah.
Can we
Right?
watch the video first?
No,
Okay.
we're not going to get to the video. All right, just get over it.
So
Get over the video.
Kimberlina, do
Let
you
me finish. Damn it.
have fuzzy handcuffs for the turnover arrest?
Yeah. Apparently, I'm going to need them soon.
Back the Blue. It's done. It's over. All right, everyone needs to get over it, and I'll tell you why. Because what's in our heart when it comes to Back the Blue is the institution of law and order.
Of course.
And what's at the heart of law and order is our Constitution. It's our Declaration of Independence, it's our Constitution, and it's our Bill of Rights. Okay? We got to get away from Back the Blue because, unfortunately, it is divisive. And what it does is it gives the other side, it gives that bullshit Black Lives Matter crowd and the Antifa crowd, it gives them a shiny object to go after.
Right.
We, as the constitutional patriots in society, right? And we know that we are because we have the hats on.
We have the hats
right?
on that say
Wait
it.
a minute.
prove it.
Wait a minute. That's what we are?
Yeah.
Oh.
We, as the constitutional patriots, we need to stand for a greater good. And I hate to say it. I don't hate to say it, but the police themselves, they're not the greater good. They need to be on our side.
So do you think
But they
should have
serve
stepped
us.
away and said, we're not going to arrest these people? Is that what you want them?
Abso-freaking-lutely.
Okay. That's what you want them to do.
Well, here's the thing. That's what they're obligated to do because in the law, and you can ask your daughter this, she knows this,
Mhm.
in the law, which police officers are trained on the Constitution, in the law, they have to have probable cause to effectuate an arrest. So when deputy from the Monroe County Sheriff's Office shows up last night, when that deputy showed up and he's charged at that point with investigating whether a crime has been committed,
Mhm.
what he would have determined if he had done an investigation properly was that these individuals were on public property for a lawful purpose and they did nothing illegal that would require them to leave. So it wouldn't matter, and we'll see in the video maybe, that it wouldn't matter that he told them, well, you're being asked to leave and I just have to effectuate this arrest. Because what he should have been doing is instead of standing out in the rain talking to my client,
Mhm.
explaining to her why he had to do this Nazi Germany turnover arrest, what he should have been doing is he should have been inside that board meeting asking where Casey Kasoriak is, because he's the domestic terrorist. And he should have went up to Casey Kasoriak and said, what in God's creation do you have going on here? What have these people done wrong? This is a public meeting. This is public property. And what did they do illegal
Exactly.
that would require me to arrest them for trespassing?
What do you call that? A false
Pretense. It's pretextual.
When you call the police under false pretenses, right?
Yeah, it's
that
called,
you can get in trouble for that.
Exactly. It's called filing a false report.
Yeah.
Every one of these, I'm glad you brought that up. That's a good idea. Every one of these superintendents or these board members that are signing these criminal complaints, okay, they should be charged by Sandra Dorley's office. And I'm glad you brought that up because that might be something that I try to put into Sandra's ear.
Great minds.
Exactly. And that is that
shocker.
she should be investigating whether or not these are false reports.
Well, of course they are,
are.
because there's nothing these people are
They
doing
are.
wrong. Let's watch the video.
What video?
A piece
All
of
right.
it. Do you have it broken down? Or just,
Yes, we have 3 clips. I think.
Stop.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay, I'll
Two
sing.
2 clips. All right, play,
Okay, go ahead.
play the first one, please.
I haven't done anything
trying
wrong.
to do this as peacefully as possible.
Yeah.
We're operating under the direction of somebody.
Stop there, please.
We're
So you heard-
operating under the direction of
Of somebody.
someone else.
So 2 things, though. He said, we're trying to do this as peacefully as possible. We're trying to unlawfully arrest you as peacefully as possible. I mean, right? That's what he's saying.
Mhm.
Break it down. That's what he's saying. And then you hear him say what I told you he would say. He said that we're acting at somebody else's direction. Even if he was, again, you see that badge on his jacket?
Yes.
Okay. He has a constitutional duty, an obligation. He swore an oath to the Constitution, which the person that's videotaping him asks him that question. The person that videotaped him did a phenomenal job asking him questions. And I give him credit because he did remain calm.
Of course.
He answered all the questions and he admitted that he took an oath and that he has an oath and so on and so forth. And his oath requires him at that point not to do somebody else's bidding. It's to be independent and go tell those people, I'm sorry, just like they do all the time.
Right.
How many thousands of investigations do police officers do every day without being caught on video where they don't make an arrest?
Exactly.
Because they go back to the so-called victim and say, sorry, Charlie, nothing happened here.
Right.
Whatever happens, a civil matter. Whatever happened isn't a crime.
You-
Whatever
I
happened,
can't do anything. You need a court order.
something,
Right.
right? Something other than we're going to do a turnover arrest.
Right. Can we go back and listen to that and then Carrie? We'll go back to the beginning and then
Yeah.
keep going.
I haven't done anything
We're trying to
wrong.
do this as peacefully as possible.
Yeah.
We're operating under the direction of somebody who is requesting you be arrested for a violation.
But didn't you guys also, you got sued, right, by Shannon Joy
That has
for
nothing-
arresting
It
her?
has nothing to do with me. I cannot speak on that. I
But
have
this
no
is the same
information.
kind of thing.
So, just to be clear, we're not arresting based on a masking policy. We're arresting based on trespass.
That's
which
what
is a
they said to her
violation of
too,
penal
though.
law, which is
That's
fine.
not even a-
That's exactly what they
It's a
said to her
violation
too.
of
That's what they
penal law.
said her too. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you would like, before we proceed, we can wait and we can speak with my lieutenant.
Oh,
Is that the tall guy?
Yes, that is the very tall man.
this is
So,
horrible.
If we give him a minute, he can come over.
Or shit.
And we can explain everything. the
Hold
way
on,
he's
it gets
been
good.
explaining it to everybody else. Unfortunately, if somebody who is a representative of a private property,
Stop there.
open-
Go
You
ahead.
hear that?
Yes. If
Private
someone
property.
is school a private property?
No. And see, this is right there in that little tiny 1.5 second snippet is the entire case. Everything you need to know is wrapped up right into that comment.
Private property.
He is the arresting officer. I believe that he's the one that signed the appearance ticket. I believe that is Deputy Amo. Okay. And if it's not Deputy Amo, I'm mistaken, but there was a Deputy Amo that signs the appearance ticket. This officer right here, mistakenly or knowingly, but either way, it doesn't matter, is declaring this to be private property.
And it is not
And he
private
has,
property.
and therefore, how could he have probable cause when he doesn't even know what facts he's proceeding upon? If it was private property, well, then yeah, get off my property. And that if I tell Austin to leave right now, he has to leave. I mean, I would never tell him to leave because then we wouldn't have a show.
Right. But
Right?
this is private
and,
property.
and he'll take all his booze with him, Chad.
Good point.
but it
So
can't
this
be
is true.
private property when you're paying taxes to
It's
uphold this
public
property.
property. It's the
public
school district and it's a public meeting.
Of course it is.
So it's shocking. It actually, to a lawyer and to everybody, it should shock your conscience that if you go to a board meeting tonight, anywhere else in Monroe County,
That's
tomorrow or next week, the Monroe County Sheriff's Office is on speed dial for the next superintendent.
Without a doubt.
And they think that they have the right, a la carte, to arrest you. It's private property. Get the fuck out. You're under arrest. This is
so wrong.
Isn't this amazing?
It's so wrong. Is there more to the video?
I think this clip is over.
Well, it's private property.
Private
Don't we
property
pay
open to the
taxes
public.
for it, though?
Yes, that is true.
Okay, so let's
Okay, so what's the other clip? Is there another clip?
there is another clip.
Okay, is there another clip?
Yep, let's play the other clip.
Okay.
I just think
So-
it's kind of crazy. I mean, and I know it's not, your thing and
again,
whatever,
this
but
is not us as the Monroe County Sheriff's Office arresting you. This is
Stop there.
Who is it then?
Who are you then? This again, I mean, you
Who
can't
are you?
like
Private citizen.
if Kimberly, if we were in the business of having a podcast, if we were in the business of creating videos just to have fun, right? Let's get actors, let's
Right.
hire actors and create videos
Right,
and then
right.
break them down
I follow
and
you.
whatnot.
Yes.
This is what we would do. We would hire somebody to put on a sheriff's uniform, right? And stand out in the rain with handcuffs and a gun and a badge and pretend he's a Monroe County Sheriff's deputy at the direction of Baxter, and arrest people. But he just said that he's not doing an arrest, but he's getting ready to put her in the back of a police car and handcuff her.
And
He
handcuffed.
handcuffed her.
Well,
Handcuffed
maybe
in
she's
Hilton.
just cold and wet, Chad.
He
He's giving
handcuffed
a
her.
ride home.
He did handcuff her.
But you just heard him say he's not there to do an arrest. There, it gets better. Ready?
Yes.
Can't
Hilton
wait.
Central School District saying that they want you arrested, and we have to facilitate that arrest.
Facilitate.
It's a
You have
turnover
to?
arrest.
It's a
It's not
turnover
a-
arrest.
You see how they do
Custodial
that? Wow.
what's a turnover arrest?
So
It's
it's
like
the same.
touch go.
It's the same thing as if you get arrested at like Walmart for shoplifting.
Yeah, it's
Huh?
an
They
arrest.
were
Exactly.
committing a crime.
What? What happens
If
at
you-
Walmart?
if
You're
you-
committing a crime and you get arrested by the police. There's no such thing as a turnover arrest. You're either arresting somebody or you're not, deputy. Go find your law book, deputy.
What?
I hate to even pick on the deputy because it's embarrassing.
I don't think it's coming from him.
Of course it's not.
It's not.
But-
It comes from
But Kimberly,
the top.
I get it.
Can I just actually have one take here?
No.
The reason why he's fumbling through this is because he doesn't really understand what he's saying.
You're
He's
right.
just
That's a great
he's
point.
just trying to make up stuff so that she'll get in the car and he can go
He's-
away.
That's screwed up.
He
though.
doesn't know how to explain it.
Because he's regurgitating the
What
memo.
What he's been
He's
told.
regurgitating what Backstabber told him to say.
Right. He's not saying he knows the law backwards and forwards, but he doesn't have a clue how to do this.
Because
So
it
he's
doesn't
just
make- you're
he's
right.
making it up as he goes
It's a
along.
good point. It's embarrassing.
All right, I'm
It's
outta here.
embarrassing for him.
Yeah, Tom's done. Tom's done.
It's
Look at it.
embarrassing
Is
for
there
him
more?
as a deputy. Is that the end of that clip?
Do we have another clip?
No, that's it.
We have another
the,
clip.
the asset protection people are the ones that are writing the complaint against you. We just take physical custody of that person.
What
and then we
crime
process
have they
the paperwork,
committed?
and that's our end.
They've
What
committed.
crime have they committed?
Well, just to be clear,
I mean, they weren't mouthy, they weren't shouty, they weren't fighty, they weren't any of the
they
things.
committed a trespass allegedly. And here's, if it were a trespass, the only way to try to make sense of it is to explain what would have had to have happened in order for it to have been a crime.
Right.
Right? The way it would have had to have happened if it had been a crime is this. Suspect is in board meeting, suspect pulls out a gun, or suspect starts screaming every time somebody else is trying to talk and is causing a disruption.
Right.
Committing disorderly conduct.
Yeah.
Commits an actual violation of the law.
Harassment, something.
And somebody that's authorized on behalf of the school district, whether it be a superintendent, a trustee, a principal, somebody approaches that individual and says, ma'am, you are going to have to leave if you continue this behavior. And then the person says, okay, I'm sorry, I'll sit back down. And then they continue the behavior. And now the superintendent comes up and says, you have to leave immediately.
Right.
Leave the property immediately. And now that person says, no, I'm not leaving.
Then
I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving. And now you call 911.
Right.
911, what's your emergency? I have an individual over here in Hilton and they're unruly, disorderly conduct, assault, whatever the case might be.
Which none of this happened. None of that happened.
And we asked them to leave and they wouldn't leave. So we believe they're trespassing. Now the deputy shows up and the deputy does their investigation. And the deputy interviews everyone that's involved and decides whether or not there's probable cause that this person committed a trespass. None of this happened. All that happened from the videos that I watched was the board members got their panties in a bunch like they always do because they're a bunch of snowflakes. They canceled the meeting. They called off the meeting. They pushed the people out the door. They locked the doors. Oh, by the way,
because people
they
were there who
continued the
were
meeting.
going, they were good. They didn't want to be questioned by
They
these
continued
people.
the meeting. They released a statement
That's
to the
illegal.
news.
That's illegal.
They released a statement to the news today saying that we posted the meeting online in order to comply with the open meetings law.
Wow.
Because they know they have to cover their asses because they know what they did last night was illegal.
Shouldn't the Hilton School Board be more concerned about pedophile
Ashton?
principals than they are
No.
about people asking questions
No,
about their kids?
no. it's-
Shouldn't the Hilton School District be focused on more of hiring people that won't molest their children instead of worried about people who get out in the rain to come and voice their opinion on how things are being done within the district? It is, after all, their taxpayer money that they're paying. And I got to tell you, if you live in Hilton or North Greece, your taxes are a pretty penny. You're looking at anywhere between $8,000 and probably $14,000 in taxes. You're owed that much.
These people
You
are all
are
on a
owed
sick
the
power
right
trip.
to come
Exactly.
and speak.
That's all-
Simply
yeah.
because you're paying that much in taxes.
That's all you get for your money is the right to come and speak out. And now they're taking that right away. Because I'll tell you what, you cannot overstate the fact that there are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of parents over the years that have had a legitimate, serious gripe against their school board. And because they're either afraid to be a public speaker,
Sure.
or they're afraid to be talked down to, or they're afraid that they just don't have the confidence that they're going to be able to go in and address the board if the board addresses them. So they stay home. Now, what is that person ever going to do?
Some people aren't very confrontational.
Now
They don't want to do
well,
that.
Yes. But now, now they see what the outcome is. If I go there and speak out, I'm going to jail.
Right. They're going to arrest you. And
Tell
who
me-
has the time for a lawyer and court dates?
Tell me
No
that we
one.
don't live in a communist country.
Yeah.
Prove me wrong.
Yeah, it's bad.
Watch this video and tell me and prove that I'm wrong, that we don't live in a communist society right now
That's-
where the police come and arrest you
It's
at the
horrible.
direction of the board members
For
when you
doing
did nothing wrong.
You did nothing wrong. And let me just tell you again, I don't know when sheriff's deputies became a staple at school board meetings, but I think that we can blame the Attorney
Todd
General,
Baxter? Oh.
Merrick Garland, for this. He's the one that started it. He's the one that put out the memo that said that parents who were unruly at school board meetings
Domestic
were
terrorists.
domestic terrorists.
Sickening.
And he actually got taken, to the mat today by Arkansas Republican Senator. I think his name is
Tom Cotton.
Tom
That's
Cotton.
a racist name.
Yeah. Arkansas Republican Senator Tom Cotton. He just unleashed
He must not be a realtor.
on Merrick Garland regarding the school board memo. He must not be. He's not a realtor.
No, you can't have a realtor. You can't be a realtor with that last name. You'd have to hire a lawyer. Spend a lot of money.
Of course. Can we watch the video? There we go.
We had a great lawyer though, didn't we?
Shameful. This testimony, your directive, your performance is shameful.
That's not
Thank God you are not on the Supreme Court. You should resign in disgrace, Judge.
Can we replay that?
Yeah,
I didn't have
yeah.
my headset on. Sorry.
Yeah.
Shameful.
That sounds
This is
good.
shameful. This testimony, your directive, your performance is shameful.
that's not
Thank God you are not on the Supreme Court. You should resign in disgrace, Judge.
Wow.
Over basically calling parents who were
This is shame.
interested in their children's education domestic terrorists. That's why we have the Monroe County Sheriff's deputies at school board meetings when they should be out doing a zillion other things. Like, I don't know, helping to solve the 66 murders we've had in the county since the beginning of the year. I don't know. Maybe you want to take a stab at that.
Doing DWI detail on 390 in Greece.
I drove by a lot of flooded roads. Last night.
A lot of flooded. My kid was out on a flooded road last
Right.
night.
There's sparks flying all over the county, and they're worried about parents at school board meetings.
And I did not know that.
Who knew?
That a lot of chiefs, ride on tricycles. Who knew? But they
I think
do.
it's called a big wheel, Kimberly.
But but if you, how ridiculous is this?
I don't know what to say anymore.
How ridiculous is it? You're
Well,
listening.
as Chad has always said, 6 months ago, if you'd have said this, everybody would have said, "What?
No,
are
no,
you-
no.
how
Could you
crazy
make any of
are
this
you?"
up?
6 months ago, no, 16 months ago, I think. 6 months ago, we could say, yeah,
Yeah, we
see
were
this
knee deep in it, right?
We see this coming.
Well, yeah,
Point
I
well
guess so.
taken.
You're watching Kimberly's Revolution on the We the People Podcast Network, which we now have our website up and live, wethepeoplepodcastnetwork.com.
Get a T-shirt.
Please support our advertisers, Fantuzzo's Acupuncture, Precision Lawn and Garden, Express Sealers, now doing snow plowing and taking calls from you. If you are on the east side and need your driveway snow plowed, Webster, Ontario, that area up there, of course, Brian at Express Sealers will come do that. And who am I leaving out? Taylor 500 help. Our advertisers are very important to us. So yeah, I don't think 16 months ago we would have said, oh yeah, you're definitely, you're a cuckoo. You're seriously, whatever meds you're all on, you need to get off them immediately. But 6 months ago, I think we all saw this coming. I didn't really think if someone would have said to me 6 months ago, hey, the police are going to come arrest you at school board meetings, I'll say they're not going to arrest me. I've never been to a school board meeting in my life that I didn't have to attend as a news person for whatever radio station back in the day that I was working for. I never went to a school board meeting when my kid was at Hilton High School. I don't care.
I've never been to one.
You know what? What do I care? I don't care. My kid's getting a great education. I have no problems with any of my kids' teachers. I have no gripe with the district. I don't care. I'm not wasting a Tuesday night of my life going to a school board meeting. But now we have such screwed up ways that our kids are being taught and the way things are being handled in school that you have to go so that you can be an advocate for your own child. But now you're not wanted at school board meetings because the school board members don't want to be questioned. So now you are an insurrectionist. And now anytime that anyone has a question to ask of the board, they're simply going to ring, ring, 911.
Yep.
We have people here that the Monroe County Sheriff needs to come arrest. And you didn't see the sheriff there. You saw the sheriff's minions that doesn't even know what he's doing.
Right.
And no way
Clear.
to explain
He
it.
thinks
Clearly.
he thinks he's on private property. If he was on private property, what was his authority to be there?
He had none.
Then he was trespassing.
He certainly was.
He was there without permission. Then the deputy, the deputies should be under arrest. You know what? I'll go make a turnover arrest of that deputy right now. I'm going to go turn him over.
Yeah, if there was such
I'm going
a
to turn him
thing.
over to Joe Biden. Joe Biden can slobber all over him when he's trying to speak at his next press conference. You can drool on him.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, aren't there enough things in the world to worry about other than parents at a school board meeting?
Nope.
And that Arkansas
Middle-aged white women,
Senator.
they're the insurrectionists.
Yes.
Somebody's got to go get them.
God help middle-aged white women that care about their kids.
We got fights. We got fights literally going on in the hallways of our schools. Kids are pummeling each other in the hallways of our schools, and there's no security to do anything to help anyone that's in these situations. Yet show up at a board meeting or show
And
up
you're
at
arrested.
or show up at a baseball game and let your mask drop below your nose, and 3 people in yellow coats. And I'm not making this up. This is factual, right? I mean, obviously it's been happening. 3 people in yellow coats will converge on you and tell you that if you don't put your mask back up over your nose outdoors at a baseball game, that we're going to have to ask you to leave. We're going to have to call the police. Yet our kids aren't being protected. And what are the big lie, right? They always like to say that we're engaged in the big lie, voter fraud, Trump, this, that, all. And we always say that whatever they're saying, it's the opposite. They're always doing exactly what they're accusing the other side of doing. The big lie here is these people for years have beaten the bully pulpit of it's all about the kids. We love the kids. We love your kids. It's all about, we're just trying to protect your kids. As we're molesting your kids,
We love
right?
your kids.
We're molesting 26 of them in Hilton and arresting grandma. That's what Hilton is doing. They're arresting grandma and molesting 26 boys.
Can't argue with that.
Hilton.
Yes.
Hilton Central School District.
Yes.
Yep. Casey Kasoriak, Sheriff Todd Backstabber. There you have it. There you have it. And he's up for election, unopposed right now. This is very important.
I helped in one of those elections once.
Do not vote for Todd Baxter. I don't care that he's the only person on there. Write somebody in.
Right in Chad Hummel.
Sure. I launched my campaign today on Shannon Joy's program this evening. It'll be announced this evening.
Yeah.
So yes, Write somebody in. Don't write me in. Write me in if you want. Write anyone's name in, or don't vote at all for that ticket, for that column. So when you see Todd Backstabber's name on the ticket, skip over it or write somebody in. Do not vote for him. Do not vote for Todd Baxter.
I do believe that they have other things that they should be worried about. I know that the list is lengthy of criminals in this area. And the criminals aren't the parents at the school board meetings. The criminals are not parents who aren't wearing masks. They aren't criminals. Stop criminalizing behavior that isn't criminal. We're letting criminals out on the streets.
Yeah.
That's why we have 66 homicides in Rochester for the year. We have a huge murder problem. We had a teenager waiting to go to get on a bus to take him to Edison Tech at 6:30 this morning on Dewey Avenue.
Yeah, over by Aquinas.
Who got shot in the face. You know what he was doing at 6:30 this morning? He was waiting for a school bus.
Did he have his mask on?
To go to school. I don't know.
The mask would have stopped the bullet, wouldn't it have?
I don't think so. But he was shot in the face and the bullet exited the jaw. And
at least he won't be able to speak out at board meetings anymore.
And I get it, that, and that's
Seriously, that's horrific.
Isn't it?
Yeah, that's horrific.
But we're worried about arresting parents at board meetings.
Yeah.
Do you see the problem?
This is stupid.
Do you see the ridiculous? Does anyone see the ridiculous?
They're coming. They're coming for you.
Coming for everybody.
Whoever's listening, you're next. And again, that's always the case. That's always been the case. It's taken a long time to blow through everybody, but now we're here. We're getting near the end where they're coming for everybody.
Their grandma's
Yeah.
at the end.
Yeah, your grandma in Hilton.
She's the end of
First,
the road.
can I just say
what else comes after grandma in Hilton?
I'm 55 and I'm not a grandma. I mean,
You're
you're a
getting there.
grandma at 53. Just wow. Okay. I mean, I don't know how it all rolls
I have an
out.
18-year-old.
The time frame.
So Kimberly, you calling her a little loose?
Jesus.
No.
No?
No, of course not.
Okay.
I just a 53-year-old grandma. Wow. I just
Lori
Yeah.
Ann is saying that she's accusing us of censoring her.
what?
I don't know. I'm just kidding.
Okay, she says okay. Oh, her messages weren't showing up. She
Yeah.
said.
Yeah.
Someone said I was a grandpa at 49.
It
I don't
happens.
know. It happens.
With a guy, you go, that a boy.
Right.
You don't say that to girl?
Right,
You don't
exactly.
say he's a little loose.
So you're representing one of these women that was arrested last night.
That's correct.
And here's what I hate. I hate the fact that now they've got to go to court, I don't know, umpteen times.
Mhm.
They're out money for an attorney. And for what? For what? In fact,
For an unconstitutional arrest.
In fact, I will go on record as saying they will probably appear in court more times than any of the individuals that took part in any of these 66 murders that we've had so far in Monroe
No
County.
bail for you.
No bail for them, but everyone else gets out. Everyone else gets.
No,
and
that's not true.
See, that's a sad thing that I hate. That these three individuals, this grandma, the other lady, and this guy, will appear in court more than someone who has raped someone or assaulted someone at the Quick Fill or had shot a kid on Dewey Avenue. I guarantee it. And that's a sad state of affairs, isn't it? So that's all we have to say about that. Are we going to try to put this video up on the We the People Podcast Network.com?
Absolutely.
We can.
That's something I got to do.
We can. I can do it. I'm going to get trained in doing this, but yeah, I mean, I can do this. You can check it out and we can make sure that you have it and
All right.
and all that
Let's
good
get
stuff.
it going viral.
So we will get it going viral. All right.
Hashtag viral.
You think? I'm sure this video is out there. I saw it first on Twitter. I think you tweeted it out earlier, Chad. What is your Twitter handle?
Oh, I have no idea.
Oh, you
At the tax opposer, I believe.
at the tax opposer.
Hold on. Let me double check.
Okay.
Let me, there's a comment up here. Can we scroll back down real quick to no, back up. Sorry. The other way. Rich Martinez. Not the other way. The other way. The other way.
This is great
No,
podcasting,
Hilton
Chad.
school board member. Oh, Don
Don.
Slonsky. Don says a Hilton school board member told me today he has an oath to the Constitution and insists the mask mandate is a reason to, I think I know where you're going with that. I don't know what the rest of that message is, but here's the thing. First, I'll say, I promise anyone that's listening right now that school board member wouldn't know the Constitution if it slapped him in his face, his or her face.
You're right.
Let's start with that.
Yeah.
Right? And we could probably end with that.
I would agree with that.
Because the deputy that was there doesn't know that he's on public property. The sheriff deputy didn't know he was on public property.
True.
So I'm pretty sure that school board member doesn't know how to find himself out of a wet paper bag or how to get back into it. Now, the merits of what this Hilton school board member is saying as far as the mask mandate. 2 of the people that were arrested had nothing to do with a mask. It had everything to do with they were supposedly told to leave, which from what I can tell, number 1, they weren't told to leave. And number 2, even if they had been told to leave, there's no lawful reason for them to leave. So you don't have to obey.
They were outside in the rain.
You don't have to obey an unlawful order to leave.
Right.
You just don't. An unlawful order is an unlawful order is an unlawful order, Mr. Board Member, Constitution, and they love, we took an oath. Everyone nowadays, right? The cashier at Wegmans took an oath to the Constitution. The cashier says, Mr. Hummel, I need you to put a mask on. Oh, let me guess, you took an oath to the Constitution too. And it says right here in my pocket Constitution, you have to wear a mask when you're at Wegmans.
You have a pocket Constitution?
Yes, of course I have a pocket. I have one in every pocket. Should see what else I keep in my pockets.
I don't want to know what you keep in your pocket. But yeah, so it's all craziness.
So screw you, board member, and your Constitution bullshit.
Screw you!
Handcuffed in Hilton.
Handcuffed in Hilton by Todd Baxter.
Was something else that they're not letting your. By the way, how old is too old? As we kind of wrap up Kimberly's
62.
revolution, how old is too old for kids to go trick or treating?
62.
Do you think? I mean, you have kids right now. How old?
30. My son's
30.
Or
Awesome.
then they're not
30.
a kid, right? So my son's 18. He went trick-or-treating last year, I believe. I don't know if he'll go. I don't think he'll go this year. He's got a girlfriend. He'll probably just go hang out with his girlfriend or something.
Yeah.
Right?
Are the girls are going?
But
right?
the girls will go. Yeah. I have a 16-year-old daughter and 14-year-old twins. So they'll all go.
I went trick-or-treating with my kids.
13-year-old twins, I guess.
I trick-or-treated for beer.
Yeah, of course you did.
I
that does
shocker.
not surprise me.
I would have my thing and I'd ask them for a beer.
Of
He'd have
course.
his thing.
And then if I had a
pocket.
costume, and then if I had a beer and they didn't have one, I would give them one.
Squid Game. We talked about this the other day. This
Love
is
the
this
show.
new show that I mean everyone is raving about. That's some of the costumes from characters on this show called Squid Game. And it's an apocalyptic style, right? Type of
Not really.
dystopian society.
Those are the Monroe County Sheriff deputies that are going to be at all the school
No,
board
it's
meetings tonight.
more of like a weird underground organization that
kind of like a Hunger Games.
Yeah, kind of.
Love the Hunger
Dystopian society.
Which is where we're at.
Right. So Squid Game costumes and playing Squid Game at recess has now been banned by the Syracuse school district.
Well, it is a game to the death, so probably should be bad.
Well, if it's a city school, it can't be far off, right? I mean, there's a kid
Going to
waiting on a
school
school
is a
bus.
game to the death.
Holy shit. Kid standing out waiting for a bus. It is Squid Game.
It could be.
I mean, he was shot in the face. That's going to leave a mark.
Pretty good one.
That by the way, Accutane is not going to get rid of that mark. That is forever.
Just spray some Windex on it,
That
Kimberly.
is forever. Yeah, Windex. My big fat Greek wedding.
Right.
Windex takes care of everything. Yeah, but Squid Game costumes are, they say, and predicting to be the #1 costume this Halloween, which is Sunday. Which is, I don't even know how it got here so fast, Halloween. But yet, here we are.
Did you go out and get your butter costume yet?
I have not. No, because I'm going to the Bills game.
Jeez, this is gonna be the last time I'm gonna see you.
I'm dressed up as a Bills fan. That's my Halloween costume because I'm.
You're gonna be dressed up in an orange jumpsuit by Monday morning.
Allegedly.
Wow.
I got the card.
She's
Who's
got
to
the
say
card.
this isn't the right card? It could be my card.
Because I think you already said that it wasn't.
Prove it.
Prove it.
I don't
Prove
know. Somebody's gonna zoom in and screenshot it.
Honestly, they're gonna come get a lady who has a fake card with all the shiatsu going on in the world. They're worried about me.
Just make sure
So-
you wear something that the girls are out a little bit so they won't even look at the
Who's the
card.
sheriff of Erie County? Should I call him some names too?
I just say, come find me. I'll be in the parking lot somewhere. I have no idea where. But yeah, so the kids can't wear Squid Game costumes. And last I heard, they have taken the whole costume thing out of the schools anyway, right?
Oh yes,
So
because
it's-
it offends one person's culture.
Right.
So we have to change our actual American culture so that we don't offend one person's culture. I mean, does that mean we have to take like
Welcome.
bacon out of Wegmans? I don't.
Well,
where are we at here?
Love-
Like, who are we
love
offending?
Bacon.
Well, I know, but some cultures,
Bacon
you
is
know,
on sale right now at Tops.
Like, I think
$4.99.
I think the culture. Yeah,
Nice.
never mind.
I
No.
Is it already expired?
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think so. I know we're kind of crazy on this
Yes,
show,
Grandma. They arrested a grandma.
but I will tell you that we do get a little incensed by things. And it is, we are serious about how the crap is getting worse by the day. I mean,
certainly not getting better.
it really isn't. And now, of course, Chad is involved with helping get someone else out of an appearance ticket simply because on a Tuesday night they went to a school board meeting in the rain because they care about kids and what they're being taught and mask mandates and stupidity
And critical race theory.
and critical race. Yeah.
You know what? This is something that popped into my mind a couple times today.
Oh,
There's Shaney.
Shaney says thank you for sharing the truth.
Yeah.
Hey,
Shaney's-
Shaney.
Shaney's one of the
Thank you
arrestees.
for going out and sticking up for children.
100%.
Are you kidding?
Remember, her
you-
kids aren't in the school.
Somebody's got to.
Right.
She's there fighting for your kids and my kids.
Right, of course.
Do you know
for
when
your
they,
grandkids that are going to be in the Hilton school.
do you know
district
when they
someday.
start vaccinating 5-year-olds? If they get it every 8 months, they will have 22 injections by the time they're 18.
Just of that shot?
The CDC.
Do you think 22 injections are going to cause any problems?
Probably not.
Fourth, the CDC says people need to get their fourth shot. Where does it?
Let's get
What?
that up on the screen.
Can we
I didn't
just-
even think they got their third yet.
It is up on the screen, isn't it?
I'm seeing the comment screen.
No, you're not.
No, it's on the
looking-
screen.
You're not looking.
You're not looking right.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. how to
Don't
do it.
look at the screen.
I don't know how this.
Don't look at. Yeah. CDC says people need to get their fourth shot. Not kidding.
Of
Yeah,
course
why not?
they
They
do. Why not?
updated the guidelines yesterday. How many freaking
So
shots?
can I say
And when
ninth?
did-
Oh,
Can
by
I
the
say the
way-
ninth shot now? Can I say that? When are we gonna have to get our ninth shot? Ah, you're such a fool. Ah, you're so stupid. Ah,
I-
you're a conspiracy theorist.
until next year
We'll
when
be
the
at
ninth shot.
13 by the time we have this conversation again.
A year from now, how many shots will we have gone through? They said
So
initially,
stupid.
if you just get the one shot,
People
that's
are
enough.
so stupid.
If you just wear a mask, it's enough.
14 days to flatten the curve.
Oh, and by the
That's all.
way,
14 days to flatten the curve.
by the way, I believe I saw somewhere that the last 8 billionaires are all tied to pharmacy.
Shocking.
Yeah, the last 8 billionaires.
Yes, the FDA is owned by
Of course
Pfizer.
it is.
I think the pharmaceuticals own everything, don't they?
At least the big pharmaceuticals.
But they want you to get another booster.
and
Four.
another.
And when they ask
And
you again
another.
at Christmas saying fifth booster is needed,
Thank you, dear. May I have another?
Line up, roll up your sleeve.
not me, just say no. And you can't buy more ammo because now
Buy more ammo.
ammo is in short supply.
It's actually, I've been able to find more now than I could last year at this time.
I just
believe
saw
it or
I
not.
just saw a story this morning locally where
Sportsman's Warehouse in Henrietta behind Marketplace.
really
Yeah.
you
seem
get
to-
ammo there.
They
Buy
don't have
more?
a ton, don't get
Right.
me wrong, but they have more than if you go to a Walmart, forget about it.
We need to get a
Forget
shirt.
about it.
We need to
Forget
get a
about it.
shirt that says "Buy more ammo."
100%.
Can we do that?
Well, if Chad would ever have a podcast, we could promote that.
Brittany says my hubby is jealous that Kimberly gets to go to the Bills.
She's
see
going to
the
be
Bills
a
play.
felon when she gets there.
He's thinking about getting the vax just to go to a game as a lifelong. That's exactly what they want you to do. That's right. That's why
Just get a receipt from Tops and
Yeah.
flash it as you go in.
your top
Would you
receipt.
take the receipt that you bought the 18 pack of blue light with,
Yeah,
and as you're going into the game, just flash your receipt.
card. They're everywhere. Fake cards. Thank you to the person who gave me mine.
Yeah, thank you.
And they
Thank
know
you
who
for me having to write a check.
they know who they are. And I am grateful for them. In fact, I think that night several people.
Are you going
Um,
to call Jim Hinman before you leave on Sunday morning?
I love Jim Hinman. He's not the best attorney ever. You're the best attorney ever.
You know,
Wow.
he's better.
He is.
Sappy.
He really is. He's Jim Hinman is.
That's
Jim
my
Hinman's
job
good.
to be
I
sappy.
know, I'm all about it.
He's good. He's
You're
a
the
good,
best attorney ever.
He is a good,
God,
honest,
she said that like I believed it.
constitutional attorney, Jim Hinman.
He is the best. I know he is
Yeah.
really good.
He
Jim
really
Hinman,
is.
I've said that for years when he was representing someone that should have unequivocally spent probably the next 25 years of her life in prison, and he got her off. I said right then and there,
Well, hold on.
she should have done, and then she repeated her craziness and got in trouble several more times after he got
Yeah.
her off of the murder charges, the manslaughter charges.
Manslaughter.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Jim Hinman got this lady off, and I said, if I ever get in trouble, I am calling Jim Hinman.
Not if.
When?
When?
Yeah, when.
And when came, and we
It
did call Jim
It
Hinman.
happened, and he bailed us out.
And he bailed us out.
Big time. He did.
Well, you were very helpful. In
he
that
did.
as
He
well.
did a phenomenal
You're-
job.
you were
Are
very
you sure
helpful.
you're gonna rain? Are you sure you're gonna go? I hear it's gonna rain.
We're buying rain gear at Dick's on Saturday. And I'm telling my husband that is his. I also wanted to talk about, and I'll get to it.
You
That's
do
his
know,
birthday gift.
Kimberlina, that the vaccine is free, right?
What?
Right.
There are some things that are free that I push away. But anyway, we're tailgating at the game. If anyone's going, we'll tailgate with you. And the other
Parking
thing,
lot C.
I don't know what parking lot we're being because I don't have a parking pass. So I have no idea where we're going to be. But I will tell you, we're going to tailgate. So if you're out and about and you want to tailgate, just let me know. I also had a story
or
about
just open up your windows and you'll hear Kimberly from somewhere.
50% of women say at one point in time they have wanted to kill their husband.
No
Now I
shit.
said wanted,
That's it?
not followed through, not made a plan.
Wait, 50%?
50% of women
Bullshit.
who are married have. You think it's higher?
Oh,
I
yeah.
agree. Yeah, I think it's higher.
It's higher.
You think it's higher?
It's higher.
Yeah, definitely it's higher. But I'm just saying that I'm sure that neither one of your wives has said.
I was going to say. So
I-
which wife is it? Yours or mine?
Well, mine's Italian, so I guess it's me.
I mean, I might have said to my husband at one point in time,
You
one
might
of
have.
these nights while you're asleep, I'm just going to stab you with a fork.
Perfect.
And he was legitimately concerned.
Lorena Ray Bobbitt.
That's it.
At least he died in peace.
Right, exactly.
Kimberly Bobbitt Goodman.
Right, exactly. All right, that's going to do it for Kimberly's Revolution and the We the People Podcast Network, wethepeoplepodcastnetwork.com. Thanks to Chad Hummel. We the People are pissed off. You can see his hat. Hopefully we'll have those to sell on our website, which is up and live. Of course, just Tom. Austin, thank you for being here. All the Patriots who listen to us and listen to us later on YouTube and Facebook and our, all of our sites. We appreciate you. Give us a thumbs up on Apple Podcasts. Also, give us a like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, We the People Podcast, and also Kimberly's Revolution. Subscribing is free, and you don't even have to get the jab. You just don't.
We
And
don't
we like that.
discriminate.
We don't discriminate. All right, we'll be back next week. Have a great weekend. Go Bills!
Get yourself a t-shirt. They come in white and black. And we also have We the People podcast t-shirts in white. $20. Go to the website and you can charge them. God
And?
bless. Be kind to others.
Rejuvenate, restore, refresh, and heal. At Fantuzzo Acupuncture, we seek to help achieve effective health and wellness in an elegant spa-like atmosphere. Fantuzzo Acupuncture specializes in traditional acupuncture, cosmetic anti-aging acupuncture, acupressure, cupping, CBD topical creams, and more. Approach healthcare holistically. Visit FantuzzoAcupuncture.com to book online today. FantuzzoAcupuncture.com.
From attic to basement, we're here for you. It's quality service in all we do. Call Taylor. 500 help.